Hello, everyone. Good day. Hi, John. No worries. Aura farming. It's not how this works. Nope, just waiting for everyone to get here. And here we go, right, guys? So, a few minutes, we'll start. Sound good, everyone? Yeah, that means you better run, Robert, before I start. Hi, Albert. Oh, yeah. 100% Albert's a troll, too. Hi, Judy. You're welcome. They just kind of started. I'm in Japan. All right, so any new people who've never done this before? Anyone? Right, so basically, you're going to hear me speak some Japanese words of purification. As you hear them, just let the energy work. You saw my interview with Jonas? Cool. How'd you like it? I'm just waiting for him to interview me now. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed talking to him. I interviewed two more people since then, and I really like doing it. Like someone referred someone to me. They sent me. They were like what did she say? She said this person is no nonsense. She talks straight. And I look at her profile, and all I had to see was star seed, and I'm like, nah, I do not want to talk to her. Because here's the thing, right? If they knew the mechanics of what's humanly possible, they'd be talking about it and working with people on how they could learn to do it themselves and explaining how it's possible and how everyone can open up to be able to do this thing, but they don't, right? Um, most star seeds don't have, or those who think that they're that, um, don't have any extrasensory abilities, although they do because everyone does innately, but they're covered and they're blocked. And channelers, especially for a lot of spiritual um, enthusiasts, they're distracted by these folks. Not because there's not something happening, there definitely is, but because they are pulling people into the wrong direction. So if you watched my interview with Tom yesterday, I chose him for a very specific reason based on that for my third interview. I'm very methodical with these, right? Or else I'd be like Rob and do three every day with just anyone. And there's a reason why I picked the three people I picked starting. Is anyone gonna any feedback, guys? Do you guys care to join the conversation? Sometimes I feel like I'm talking into the void. But I'm glad you enjoyed it, Judy. If I didn't just scare you off. I'm very studied, as some of the folks who are consistent here will tell you. So, yeah, I had some very good ones. They're on the channel. You can check them out. I um, I actually interviewed someone from Canada, from Gwich'in country. You could visit him on one of his retreats. Any feedback from anyone else? Most people are just like, they come and wait for me to start the healing. But this builds up over time, right? Um, and we're not necessarily healing, we're unblocking. We're unblocking and removing the things that burden the body from healing itself. Right, guys? Everyone's quiet. All right, then. Is everyone ready? Well, thank you, Isaac, for emojiing. Hi, hi, like hi as in yes in Japanese, or hello. I'm sorry to hear that, Judy. I am very sorry to hear you. まあ、私はママです。Yeah, I'm very hesitant to teach anyway. If anything, take solace in that at least um, this and what Jonas does too is proof that we're more than our bodies, and your son is in a safe place now. And still around at the same time. Are you guys ready? Amaterasu mi oya no kami no misu maru no inochi terashi kyuni 静かなり。アマテラスミ親の神のミスまるの命照らし急に静かなりアマテラスミ親の神のミスまるの命照らし急に静かなりすさのみ親の神のミスまるの命照らし邪気払い今日まるすさのみやみよやの神のミスまるの命照らし邪気払い今日まるすさのみおやの神のいみすまるの命照らし邪気払い今日まるすみよしみおやの神のみすまるの命照らしうなばらきょらかなり高天はりにかむずまります。カムロギ、カムロミのみこともして、すめみ、おゆかむ、いざなぎの神つくしのひめかの立花のおどの青木が春に、みそき、払い、たまいし、時に、ありませだ。払いどの狼たち、もろもろのまがごとつむけいりょ。払いたまい、きやめたまいと申すことのよしよ。あまつ神、 急につかみ、やお、夜ずの神たちともに引っ越しますと、かしこみかしこみもまおす。たかあまはりにかむずまります。かむろき、かむろみのみこともして、すめみおやかむ、いざなぎの神つくしのひまけの立ち花のおどのあぎがはりに、みそき、はらい、たまいし、ときにありませだ。はらいどのお神たち、もろもろのまがごとつみかいりょう。払いたまい、清めたまいと申すことのよしよ。天つかみ、国つかみ、やお、夜ぞの神たちともに引っ越しますと。かしこみかしこみもまおす。たかあまはりにかむずまります。かむろき、かむろみのみこともして、すめみ、おやかむ、いざなぎの神つくしのひまくの立ち花のおどのあぎがはりに、みそき、はらい、たまいし、ときに、ありませる。はらいどのお神たち、もろもろのまがごとつみがいりょう。払いたまい、清めたまいと申すことのよしよ。天つかみ、国つかみ、やお、夜ぞの神たちともに引っ越しますと。かしこみかしこみもまおす。どうすの神、あまてらします。せみみ神の耳を伝えて教え導きのたもわく。人はすなわち神と神とのもとの主であり、何時らの紳士の痛ましむることなかれ。この故に目にもろもろの風情を見て、心にもろもろの風情を見ず、耳にもろもろの風情を聞きて、心にもろもろの風情を聞かず、口にもろもろの風情を言って、心にもろもろの風情を言わず、身にもろもろの風情に触れて、心にもろもろの風情に触れず、心にもろもろの風情を思とも、中心にもろもろの風情を思わず、この時に清く潔きことあり、もろもろのノリは影と形のことし、清く清ければ汚れることなし、ことをとらばうべからず、皆花よりずの身とはなる。我が身はすなわち六根処女なり、六根処女なるがゆえに、ごぞの真剣兄なり、ごぞの真剣兄なるが、故に天地の神と男なり、天地の神と男なるが、故に万物の霊と体なり、万物の霊と体なるが、故になすところにごて成就せずということなし、無常霊法、真珠仏教、天上無休、名誉入賞、神が列、払いたまい、清めたまい、守りたまい、先はいたまい、照らしたまい、導きたまい。Breathe, inhale and exhale. To kami, emi tamo, kan gonshin, soni kandaken, harai tamai, kiyame tamo. 高めの腹にかむずまります。生命神たち、言いわらしたも、特殊の水の宝持ちて、余っている国ている引け雨の明かり、くしたま、にぎややいのみことに、静けたもこと教えてのたまわく、今しこの水の宝持ちて、中津国に雨、左、青人草、沈め、収めよう。青人草および夜ずの者の病のことあらば、かむたからもして、見らいた沈みに起きて、見たま沈みの祭りをなして水の宝を振るべ、そのかむほぎの言葉に曰く、木のい木のと、火のい火のと、土のい土のと、かのいかのと、水のい水のと、ひふみよいむややこと。にのとふるべゆるいら、かくいのりしばまかるともさらにきなんとしとも。雨の神の妙やみことのりかけてまいて、雨の岩、船に乗りて、河内の国の川上の、怒る画面に天下りましまして、大和の国、引きの山のふもと、白庭の高庭に移しましまして、月祭りとも名付けて、イスの神の狼と申し立て祭り。よよ噛む宝を持ちて、夜ずの者のために古べの噛むごと持ちて、つがすなしと家の古の御霊の神と敬い立て祭り、すめみことおまらじおとろその神たけきを持ちて、いつきに使い祭りとも、物のべの神の社、雨がした、夜ずの者のたごいなり、いでんもと噛む宝は、いわゆる、おきつ鏡、平つ鏡、やつくの剣、いく玉、たる玉、まかるか石の玉、ちいか石の玉、おろちのひれ、はちのひれ、ぐすぐすのもののひれ、さらにとくすの神、木のい木のと、火のい火のと、土のい土のと、かのいかのと、水のい水のと、ひふみよいむなやこと。にのとふるべゆるゆら、かくいのりしば、ゆらつゆら、かくいのりしばまかるともさらにきなんとしとも。雨の神の御や御事のりかけたまいて、雨の岩、船に乗りて、河内の国の川上の怒る画面に天下りましまして、大和の国、引きの山のふもと、白庭の高庭に移しましまして、月祭りとも名付けて、磯の神の狼と申し立て祭り、よよ噛む宝を持ちて、夜ずの者のために古べのかむごと持ちて、つかすなしと家の古の御霊の神と敬い立て祭り、すめみことおまらじおとどその神たけきを持ちて、いつきに使い祭りとも、物のべの神の社、雨がした、夜ずの者たごいなり、いでんもとかむ宝は、いわゆる。おきつ鏡、平つ鏡、やつくの剣、いく玉、たる玉、まかるが石の玉、ちいが石の玉、おろちのひれ、はちのひれ、くすぐすのもののひれ、さらにとくすの神、木のい木のと、火のい火のと、土のい土のと、かのいかのと、水のい水のと、ひふみよいむなやこと。にのとふるべゆらとゆら。かし立てまつることのよしをもちて、平ら結くきこしめすと、命長く、子孫羽、時はかきわに、 守りたまい、先はいたまい、かじたて祭り、人生寿命新力かじ。朝夕に神の見合いにみそぎして、すめらがみように綱をまつらむ天つかみ、天つかみ、国つかみたち、みそなはぜ、おもたけりって、わがなすめざを、とほつかみ、かためよさめし、おぼやしま、おめつちともともに、とわにさかえむ。たかあまはりにかむずまります。かむろき、かむろみのみかってまして、すめみ、おやかむ、いざなぎの、おかみ、つくしの、ひむけの、たちばなの、おどの、あおぎがはれに、みそき、はらい、たまいし、ときに、あれませる。はらいどの、おかみたち、もろもろのまがごとつみかいりょ。払いたまい、清めたまいと回すことによしよ。天つかみ、国つかみ、よ、夜ぞの神たちともに引っ越しますと。かしこみ、かしこみも回す。たかあまはりにかむずまります。かむろ、かむろみのみこともして、すみみ、おやかむ、いざなぎの神つくしの、ひむくの、たちばなの、おどの、あおぎがはらに、みそぎ、はらい、たまいし、ときに、ありませる。はらいどの、お神たち、もろもろのまがごとつみかいりよ。払いたまい、清めたまいと申すことによしよう。天つ神、国つ神、よ、夜ぞの神たちともに引っ越しますと。かしこみかしこみも申す。たがあまはりにかむずまります。かむろき、かむろみのみこともして、すめみ、おやかむ、いざなぎの神つくしの、ひまけの、たちばなの、おどの、あおぎがはれに、みそぎ、はらい、たまいし、ときに、ありませる。はらいどの、お神たち、もろもろのまがごとつみかいりよ。払いたまい、清めたまいと申すことによしよ。天つ神、国つ神、よ、夜ぞの神たちともに引っ越しますと。かしこみかしこみも申す。かながらたまちやませ。かながらたまちやませ。かながらたまちやませ。All right, everyone. There you have it. How was that? Another one. Found a vibration in your neck. Another one. If I get donations, I do another one. I get what you're saying. Doesn't matter if she's skilled. If people, I don't care about skill. I care about knowing. They're not healing people. They're putting stuff in people. Um, okay. I understand what you're saying, but people don't understand what they're doing. Please be careful. The $18 is great. Thank you. I guess we're going to do one more. Because again, we're not healing anything, we're removing. And if people don't know the difference, then um, yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm not supposed to talk to her. I'm I like the she's not going to reply anyway. I got that too. But I like the recommendations. I do. I keep them coming, and I'll check and see. I mean, planets do have a, not so much the planets, but the gravitational pull, the subtle ones, they do have an effect here. And my very, very advanced students know why. But they're already doing all kinds of stuff. Let me see. Let me look again. And don't take any of this as criticism, please. Let me see. Born of stardust, trained in the mystery, here to eliminate. She used Chat GPT to build her stuff, which is fine. I mean, I use AI to build my websites to help with programming. cosmic cosmic priestess mentoring. The Atlantis grids are calling. There's no Atlantis grids. There are grids, but they're archonic. Priestess mentor Akashic Oracle. You can either go to the Akashic records or you can't. There's really no divining it. Star seeds. No, nope. Egyptian mystery teachings. I bet she's never even heard of the Book of the Dead. She hasn't. Or the Book of Gates. I'm sorry. She hasn't heard of the Book of Gates. Egyptian magic and the Egyptian mysteries are actually quite dark. Egyptian land is too serious. No, there's not a correlation. We're not from outer space. So anyway, yeah, Egyptian magic is very dark. Um, there are there is an engagement that you do when you are sort of a lot of necromancy, but even more so than that, there is the Book of Gates, and it's an astral trial that if you're not ready for, if you're not completely in balance, it will throw you out quicker than um, it will throw you out quicker than you can say wait, or then you could react. Um, like I said, if you when you're for those of you who are new here, I'm quite knowledgeable. Um, Egyptian magic's quite, yeah, what Isaac said, Hellraiser for beyond of knowledge. Lots of necromancy. There's nothing exactly wrong with necromancy, depending on how you use it, because it's mediumship, right? However, you're still pulling in. It's leaving a trace of those energies whenever you call in the dead. Anyway, yeah. So you think people don't even read up on ancient Egypt itself. It was a very dark place. Um, it wasn't like Eastern civilization at the time, like Far Eastern civilization, which was probably had the highest living standard in the ancient world. Um, it was not a great place to be, and the priest who um, facilitated the Egyptian mysteries, although I'm sure some of them, knew a lot and did a lot, they weren't exactly doing things in a way that was um, completely benevolent. I'm not saying that Egyptian deities aren't or can't be. I mean, that's not true. I'm talking about the nature of that current itself, right? Okay, it was it's a reflection on that society in a lot of ways. Anyway, um, not to dismiss people who actually do that type of Egyptian mysticism, but it's a lot different than what some of these folks are saying it is, and that's kind of the default they go to. Um, just the Egyptian mystery school, yada yada yada. It's not. So let me think. I just want to think of maybe a mystery school in the open where we kind of know what was going on there so we have something to compare it to. Okay, look at it this way. So you guys are here um, participating in these purifications and cultivating your own ability at the same time, right? Some of you are starting to be able to heal. Some of you have more energy. Some of your extrasensory abilities are growing. Some of you are able to heal or start healing others already. Um, that's because you're being initiated into a current. While we're working with this energy, it is it is reinforcing the structure of your energetic bodies too. It's alchemy, exactly. Um, it's alchemy within this tradition. What right? It leads to the same place as many others. However, when you think of mysteries and initiation, like it's a different initiation, right? They did a different initiation in those days. And I'm talking about ancient Egypt, right? I mean, but just read the text itself. There's a lot of good stuff in it, and some of you have even heard me read the Book of the Dead to help remove some darker stuff, right? But because they're structuring their own energetic bodies in a different way, um, um, it's easier to, I guess, infiltrate. I'm not well practicing talking about some of the stuff because one, I don't want to, scare people away, and I don't want to discourage people either from exploring things and learning on their own because at the end of the day, a lot of people have to, like Isaac did. But as your sensitivity to energies increases through this practice, you'll be able to disseminate them better. And when I say disseminate, I mean feel them in a more solidified way to know what they're actually doing, right? As opposed to the um, illusion of what they're doing. Well, that and the doll and a few other things, I think. But anyway, any questions, guys? I mean, there's many things I can entertain from, say, a guest, but if I bring like the wrong person on, it's gonna just turn into like me just trying to or shutting them down the whole time because I won't be able to help it. Because if I bring someone on um, that's talking about Egyptian mystery schools and star seeds and this other stuff, people are going to think um, I support that, but I don't. It's really dangerous. I mean, you guys have no idea. There's a lot of things that aren't dangerous, hence why I have guests who have really cool abilities and can do very cool things. That ET stuff is so dangerous that if I expanded on that, it's to the point where many of you wouldn't even believe me and you dismiss it. And you can't tell the people into that stuff that either, who especially have built like themselves, their identity around that. They won't take it. So, and they never come to and through the time we've been here, they might come to these once. Maybe a few of you have noticed that. They're dangerous. People think they're very strong because they perceive them in the sky in these advanced disc and they pull people into the astral into to a point where they think that they're or they perceive their physical body being there, but that's the same as a cult um, initiation, right? From certain into deities, same experience, but people don't think it could be that, and it's very less selective than ETs taking people. Their technology is better than ours, but yeah, they are weak. They're when you know that you're stronger than them, they're incredibly weak. But what they are is persistent and um, cunning. Yeah, they're just parasites. What does that tribe in Brazil call them? They don't even call them ETs or aliens. They call them ant men, ant people that they live underground. And what do they say? They're very dangerous. Don't mess with those guys. If one of them takes you, part of a soul fragment, only a very good shaman can bring it back. Don't mess with those things. But what do they know? They're just dumb tribes people. Right? People say that won't listen, like they know better. Anyway, I digress. I hope that I hope that some of you are taking some stuff from some of this. Um, just because just being around it opens you up to that. Anyway, and look at the government, right? So the unseen world is a mirror to the chaos that we expend like, with the unseen world is a mirror to the chaos that we experience on the physical plane. What the Buddha called suffering, or Buddhists call suffering, like we all suffer. And we try our best to alleviate that suffering, but we all do at a certain point. All this stuff coming to light, right? Israel, Epstein, um, the Turning Point, USA, and that crazy stuff. Ukraine, Putin. Um, all of a sudden, it's like we're gonna release the UFO files. So take that with what you will. And the issue is, no one thinks it could be anything like that. No one thinks it could be anything nefarious or hostile, even though every movie ever has been that. Instead, they'll take Star Trek and they'll take Stargate, and they've kind of made this thing over it, which I mean, it has its roots too in a few books. However, no one really stops to think how terrifying it would be to live on the Enterprise and be in that thing. Now I feel like I'm rambling, but I thought I saw a video some time ago pointing that out. How people like to say that Star Trek is the ideal future. I mean, it'd be terrifying. Has anyone ever seen a few episodes of that? You're getting attacked by all kinds of things, hit with all kinds of anomalies. It's like, no, thank you. All right, we're gonna do one more. Um, no, I just had to do it, but there's so many of these ladies, and they hang on to that. They create this thing, and um, whether they had a teacher or not, they do um, this made up stuff, not made up, this engineered stuff. And well, I think Joe explained it best with my interview with him, right? He says a lot of people are um, going from preschool past university in a day's time, and th- yeah, now, I wouldn't even call it BS. I would just call it very dangerous and people not knowing what they do. So, anyway, I hope I didn't scare you away, new people. Judy, how's your neck? Maybe that's if you're still there. Maybe you've never heard some of that stuff. But there's a better way. No, I think my new person left. Oh, wow. Anyway, subscribe and turn on notifications. People don't want to hear this stuff because a lot of their friends and their family do it. And it's more than just being a hobby or actually cultivating self development, um, or the desire to, rather, or else people do stuff like this, or they would do some of the stuff that um, the Venice. I don't know the type, but I know the practice that Tom was talking about, right? And he laid that. I brought him in, and no one's came up with it. He laid out being very unexposed to anything spiritual, or only being exposed to stuff in his immediate vicinity. He didn't have internet back then, right? They didn't even have a section in the library on spirituality. However, he still found a way to do everything in a very balanced way and became this very content person at 90 years old, having spiritual gifts and not letting them fly off the handle, and he gives his advice and he tells people why he's been able to live so long and even more amazingly be in the condition he's in. I mean, he's as sharp as a tack. I've spoken to very old people before, and he's probably been like the quickest witted. Anyway, quickest witted, lucid. I mean, it's just quite amazing. And he's telling people how to do it. Um, but people rather listen to blonde chicks talk about ancient Egypt, which they know nothing, which they don't know anything about, by the way. So they make up their own. Or Atlantis. Have you watched all three of the interviews, Isaac? The next one I'm going to have someone else. She hasn't replied yet, though, so I don't know if she's going to do it. She replied, then she wanted, and I replied, and she just didn't come on. Perhaps she got scared. It's a thirst trap. Yep, yep. But they didn't want to hear it. I mean, if you're here, if anyone's still here, can you please let me know in the chat? Or is this thing broken? It says 17, but it seems like there's only one person here. Oh, that's very kind of you to say, but I am, how can I say it? I'm not that popular, yet I think we're getting there. It's patience, but man, this is a lot of patience. But I'm at a pace for a growing channel. Like I'm right about getting the amount of followers and stuff or subscribers that normally come. Anyway. Mm, we'll start the next one in a second. You guys ready? Day 89, he's almost 90. Mm-hmm. And the reason why you don't want to, I mean, I'd like to, but I don't want to. Um, I mean, Jonas is such a nice guy and he's doing so well. If, like, you know too much, you start getting attacked more by these things. And he was already telling me he's had like this crazy resistance, right? And he perceives it now as just like spiritual. I don't know what people in the new age school see it as. But like once that knowledge and be able to do that starts expanding, then things get really, really tough, as you guys can see with me sometimes. Um, I think stretching is really important. Are you guys ready for this next one? See, I don't have this many people for the actual Norito. There's barely ever 18 people here. Like what I'm saying, yes, I think people are learning something, but the substance comes from the purifications from the misogi. And I think it's part of um, what people are forced to condition to do, right? Listen to someone talking about something interesting before actually showing them that they can do something. Because all of a sudden, when something happens or when there's a practice that's really strong and disarming, it people fill in their own story, right? And because they don't have an answer for it, they can retreat. I need a woman. Yeah, I mean, that'd be good. It would be nice for someone who's not freaking 65, like 10 years older than me, to not like koku hakusura and confess to me. I haven't been that lucky, but then again, we know why. Yeah, not quite 65, but old enough. I don't actually like that. I mean, I'm flattered, but it's like, come on, guys. It's like I would like some future. Yeah, they do. It's like it's just not my thing. Yeah, I mean, anyway, you guys ready? Here we go. I don't know why you're the only one talking. Amaterasu me. Whoa. Me. See, I talk too much. I can't do my Norito. Give me a second. Here we go. Water first. I scared the new person away. Talking too much. Jonas doesn't talk about this stuff. But he's a little younger than me. I was in this thing too because I studied with Dr. Vest a bit, Jennifer Lee stuff for a bit. And she talked about this stuff too, and she was so good that I was like, wow. Um but then I started learning more and seeing more and realizing I don't know why I didn't see it before. Maybe I don't know. Like some of the stuff I listened to and I thought, yeah, okay, but it just kind of exposed itself as I really started learning this purification practice. Right. Um so I was there too. Like I thought about all this stuff also. But I learned through experience and perception, cultivating perception, right? All right. Here we go. You guys ready? Yep. Amaterasu mi oyano kami no misu maru no inochi手出し、国、静かなり、手出す、み、親の、神の、みす、丸の命照らし国静かなりアマテラスみ親の神のみす丸の命照らし国静かなり高天張にかむずまります。かむろぎ、かむろみのみこともして、すめみおyeかむ、いずなぎの神つくしのひまけの立ちばねのおどのあわぎがはれに、みそぎ、はらい、たまいし、ときにあれませる。はらいどのお神たち、もろもろのまがごとつみかいりょう。払いたまい清めたまいと申すことのよしよ。天つかみ、国つかみ、やお、夜ずの神たちともに引こしますと。かしこみかしこみもまおす。高天はりにかむずまります。かむろぎ、かむろみのみこともして、すべびおやかむ。いずらぎの狼つくしのにむかの立花のおどのあわぎがはるにみそぎはらいたまいし時にありまする。はらいどの狼たちもろもろのまがごとつみかいりょう。はらいたまい清めたまいと申すことによしよう。天つかみ、国つかみ、や夜ずの神たちともに引こしますと。かしこみかしこみもまおす。とその神、あまてらします。せみみ神の身胸を、伝えて教え導きのたまわく。人はすなわち、神と神とのもとのあれじたり。何時らの紳士の痛ましむることなかれ。このゆいに目にもろもろの風情を見て、心にもろもろの風情を見ず、耳にもろもろの風情を聞いて、心にもろもろの風情を聞かず、口にもろもろの風情を言って、心にもろもろの風情を言わず、身にもろもろの風情に触れて、心にもろもろの風情に触れず、心にもろもろの風情を思とも、中心にもろもろの風情を思わず、この時に清く、潔きことあり、もろもろのなりは影と形のことし、清く清ければ汚れることなし、ことをとらばうべからず、皆花よりずの身とはなる。我が身はすなわち、 六根処女なり、六根処女なるがゆえに、五ぞの真君兄なり、五ぞの真君兄なるが、ゆえに天地の神と男なり、天地の神と男なるが、ゆえに万物の霊と体なり、万物の霊と体なるが、ゆえになすところにごて成就せずということなし、無常霊法、真珠仏教、天上無休、名入賞、金が律、払いたまい、清めたまい、守りたまい、先はいたまい、照らしたまい、導きたまい。高めの晴れに神ずまります。すめ神たち、いやわらしたも、特殊の水の宝持ちて、あまてる国てるひけあめのほ、あかり、きゅしたま、ねぎはやひのみことに、しずけたもこと教えてのたもわく、いましこの水の宝持ちて、中津国にあま下り、あう人ぐさ沈め収めよう。あう人ぐさおよび、よるずのものの病のことあらば、かむ宝を持ちて、見下いた沈みに起きて、見たま沈みの祭りを、なして水の宝を振るべ、そのかむほぎの言葉に曰く、木のい木のと、火のい火のと、土のい土のと、かのいかのと、水のい水のと、ひふみよいむなやことにのとふるべゆるいら、かく祈りしばまかるともさらにきなんとしとも。雨の神の実をやみことのりかきとめて、雨の岩船に乗りて、河内の国の川上の光る画面に天下りましまして、大和の国、引きの山のふもと、白庭の高庭に移しましまして、月祭りとも名付けて、イースの神のお神と申し、立て祭り、よよかむ宝を持ちて、よりずのもののために、古べのかまごと持ちて、すかすなしとゆえの古の見た目の神と、うやまい、たて祭り、すめみことおもやじ、おとろその神たけきを持ちて、いつきに使い祭りとも、もののびの神のやしろ、雨がした、よりずのもののてごい、なりいでもとかむたからは、いわゆる、おきつ鏡、へつ鏡、やつかのつぬぎ、いくさは大様、まかるが石の玉、ちが石の玉、おろちのひれ、はちのひれ、キスキスのもののひれ、それにとキスの神、木のい木のと、火のい火のと、土のい土のと、かのいかのと、水のい水のと、ひふみよいむ なやこと。二のとプレベイライラ、かけ祈りしばまかるともさらにきらんとしとも。雨の神の実をやみことのりかけたまいて、雨の岩、船に乗りて、河内の国の川上の怒る神に天下りましまして、大和の国、引きの山のふもと、白庭の高庭に、移しましまして、月祭りとも、名付けて、イスの神のお神と申し立て祭り、よよ噛む宝を持ちて、やるずの者のために、古べの卵と持ちて、せかすなしとゆえの古の御霊の神と、敬い立て祭り、せめみそ、オムラジ、驚その神たききを持ちて、いつきに使え祭りとも、物のびの神の社雨がした、よりずの物たごいなり、いてんもとかめたからは、いわゆる、おきつ鏡、へいつ鏡、やつくの剣、いく玉、たる玉、まかるか石の玉、ちいか石の玉、おろちのひれ、はちのひれ、キスキスのもののひれ、さらにとくすの神、木のい木のと、火のい火のと、土のい土のと、かのいかのと、水のい水のと、ひふみよいむなやこと。二のと古べいらといら。かしたて祭ることのよしをもちて、平きくきこしめすと、命長く子孫羽ね、時はかきわに、守りたまい、先はいたまい、かじたて祭り、人数寿命死にきかじ、どうすの神、あまていらします。せめみ神の身胸を伝えて教え導きのたもわく、人はすなわち神と神とのもとの主であり、何時らの紳士の痛ましむることなかれ。このゆえに目にもろもろの風情を見て、心にもろもろの風情を見ず、耳にもろもろの風情を聞いて、心にもろもろの風情を聞かず、口にもろもろの風情を言って、心にもろもろの風情を言わず、身にもろもろの風情に触れて、心にもろもろの風情に触れず、心にもろもろの風情を思とも、中心にもろもろの風情を思わず、この時に清く潔きことあり、もろもろののりを影と形のことし、清く清ければ汚れることなし、ことをとらばうべからず、皆花よりずのみとはなる。我が身はすなわち六根処女なり、六根処女なるがゆえに、ごぞの真君兄なり、ごぞの真君兄なるが、ゆえに天地の神と男なり、天地の神と男なるが、ゆえに万物の霊と体なり、万物の霊と体なるが、故になすところにこて成就せずということなし、無常霊法、真珠仏教、天上無休、名誉入賞、神奈川律、払いたまい、清めたまい、守りたまい、先はいたまい、照らしたまい、導きたまい。畳の肌にかむずまります。かむろぎ、かむろみのみこともして、すめみおやかむ、いずなぎの神つくしのひむけの立花のおどの青木が春に、みそぎ、払い、たまいし、時に、あれませる。 払い殿、狼たち、もろもろのまがごと罪改良。払いたまい、清めたまいと申すことのよしよ。天つかみ、国つかみ、やお、夜ずの神たちともに引こしめすと、かしこみかしこみもまおす。たかあまはりにかむずまります。かむろぎ、かむろみのみこともして、すめみおyeかむ、いずなぎの神つくしのひむくの、立ち花のおどの、あおぎがはれり、みそぎ、はい、たばいし、ときに、あれませる。はらいどの、お神たち、もろもろのまがごとつみかいりょ。払いたまい、清めたまいと申すことのよしよ。天つかみ、国つかみ、やお、よりずの神たちともに引こしますと、かしこみかしこみもまおす。たかあまはりにかむずまります。かむろぎ、かむろみのみこともして、すみみおえかむ、いずなぎの神つくしのひむけの立ち花のおどのあわぎがはらに、みそぎ、はらい、たまいし、ときにあれませる。はらいどのお神たち、もろもろのまがごと罪がえりよ。払いたまい、清めたまいと申すことのよしよ。天つかみ、国つかみ、やお、よりずの神たちともに引こしめすと、かしこみかしこみもんばおす。かんながらとまちやませ。かんながらとまちやませ。かんながらとまちやませ。All right, everyone. There you have it. How was it? You're welcome. Where is everyone? Please, guys, if you're not going to donate or anything like that, which is fine, at least interact with the video, the comments, speak in the chat, like the video, leave a comment after. Like the algorithm needs it. Go to my videos, especially go to my interviews and leave a comment. You guys, 100 people watch them so far, and there should be 100 comments. At least say something, right? Because it helps the channel, gets people here. It doesn't matter how good my content might be, or how entertaining it is, or how good these healings feel. It's not going to get anywhere unless you guys interact. And as Isaac says, the kami see everything. And I must say, I didn't expect this. My biggest supporters, they're getting the most out of it. So there might be something to that. There was an anime about like a kami, like a boy kami, like a human, and he could grant wishes, but he would only grant a wish when someone gave him 5 yen. And the reason for that traditionally is because shrines have like donation boxes or wishing wells or wishing fountains that you throw 5 yen in. So the idea is that the kami um, respond to gratitude or acts of gratitude. Like in my book, it explains or it, yeah, it explains. So I'm getting tired. I've been tired. In my book, it explains how to set up a kami dana to start cultivating or developing your own relationship with the kami in our um, receptory nature. And it's like fruits and things like that. It's more for grounding, right? It's for grounding spiritual agency. So the kami can move within your sphere of influence. But yeah. Any questions, guys, before we take off? I talked a lot today. 23 people, not saying anything. No hi, hello. I'm here. I mean, just the healings themselves, you'll get more out of it if you communicate or converse, because it's still an offering, like I said. Or do you want me to talk about UFOs again? Like I said, as long as I keep talking, it seems like people are more interested than interested in the actual supernatural ability. Really, really weird, man. I mean, I understand it, but I don't, right? Thank you, Zara. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Have you been here before? Not for a while. Well, welcome back. I have a book now. It's self practice. It's supplementary practice to this that you do yourself. I'm trying to give people their own agency. Trying to get this other book working I want to put out. I'm excited about it, but very, very frustrated with it because formatting is not fun. It is on Amazon. It is the link is in the description. It's called Misogi no Michi, the way of purification. All right, guys, I guess that's it. I will see you later. Thank you so much for coming. I will see you next time.